All right, welcome to Multidimensional Healing. This is a stress-free energy immersion where we're all joined together in a circle of energy. I've created a group field. So even if you're listening to this as a recording, this group field is connecting you in energetic vitality and energetic vibrance. So tune in and feel that connection. First thing I'm going to ask you to do is to drop down into your grounding cord. Your grounding cord is at the base of your root chakra. And so drop down into your grounding cord and breathe down into earth. And feel yourself connect to the very center of the earth, which is this crystalline ball that is the heart of Gaia. And as earth, breathe up into you. And what I'm going to do for people who don't have a grounding cord that is updated, I'm going to update your grounding cord. Frequencies are changing by the moment, by the day. So I'm going to update your grounding cord to a high frequency grounding cord, which will then help you process high frequencies energies more efficiently. So creating new frequency grounding cord structures and then a new frequency grounding cord. There you go. Which will then again help you feel grounded and centered. If you're grounded and centered, we can flow more with energies. And as we flow, things don't build up as much. We all know when we're grounded. We all know when we're centered. Life just seems to flow much more effectively. So breathing down into your grounding cord and as earth, breathing up into you. Gaia is alive. She's a 10th dimensional being who's evolving, awakening. And as she awakens, the energy on the planet is shifting and changing. It's raising its vibration. And as it raises its vibration, it's shaking things up. High vibration and low vibration aren't compatible with each other. We're still grounding and anchoring for people, grounding and anchoring. Grounding for people is a little scary because what it's doing is it's pulling you down into your lower chakras, and your lower chakras have a tendency to hold some of the more fearful places, especially in your root chakra. You've got a lot of foundational survival fear there. There you go. Yeah, I feel grounded and centered now. And as earth, breathe that awakening energy into you. It's so nutritious. The earth's awakening energy is who we are. Our bodies are Gaian bodies. We are earthlings. And as we breathe this awakened earth energy up into us, it brings nutrition into our systems that add to our vitality and our vibrance in a way that we don't often get in a modern day society where we're walking on concrete and living in concrete houses. So bringing you into the sacred space. And in this sacred space, you're going to meet your guides. Your guides are waiting in line to say hello and work with you, but we're going to assign only one, your chief guide, to work with you this entire healing. It may be someone you know. You may already sense who it is. But we're going to assign one to be your chief guide to usher you through these different phases to make sure you get exactly what you need, where you need it, and how you need it. Because we'll be working with up to 1,000 different emissaries, divine ambassadors, master healers, divine mothers. There's 1,000 divine mothers alone just here serving your needs. The celestials, our cosmic brothers and sisters, our earth magic are here. They're all here to serve your evolution and then the planet's evolution. We're all interconnected. For as we're waking up as a society, we're waking up to the realization of how interconnected we really are. And we're waking up to our divine roots. And as we wake up to our divine roots, we're also waking up to the karmic histories that we've lived simultaneously. And so multidimensional healing is here to help you with both. Help you waken up and realize your divine nature, which is authentic and pure and true. And also work through those karmic histories, the stories of your ancestors, the stories of your past life that directly influence, impact your day-to-day life in this lifetime, and all the divine blueprints that hold them in place. So coming into this sacred space together, what we're going to do is we're going to relax in something called the healing pool. Healing pool is plasma-like energies of pure love. And so it's inviting you to immerse yourself. Like you're not only walking into the waters, you're relaxing and floating in, and I want you to even melt. Like let yourself melt, especially your heart. Because these divine waters are here to help you regulate. Everyone's been going through a lot of stuff recently. And when we come into that recognition that we're not alone, we have help 24/7. All we have to do is ask. All we have to do is show up and let go. And so this first phase in the healing pool is inviting you to let go, to surrender, to melt into these plasma-like waters that are just cosmic energy, inviting you to relax and to love. And in this relaxation, we're going to regulate your system. It's like regulating what isn't love. And here in the healing pool, it's going to those spaces and places that for a lot of you are quite tender and raw. There's so much sadness and grief and stress and strain and turmoil. And the healing pool is just an invitation to let go. Say there's like 1,000 arms around you. And when you were a kid and you were worried or you were hurt or you were crying, what did you do? You ran to mother and she just held it all away. Just held you. And so this invitation for you here is just to be held in the arms of love and melt and dissolve into it. And in that melting, the regulation that's coming in is helping your system to sort out the chaos so that we can get deeper into the roots of where that tension and stress and strain is, because those places tend to be more entangled, more constricted, denser energy. And so the more relaxed, the more open, the more we can access them for transmutation, for alchemization, shifting states of consciousness from one form to another. So there's nothing to do here. To open up and receive and relax. Relax in these healing waters, like you're just in a pool, treading water, but then you dissolve into it, melting into it, especially your heart center and those tender places that just want to be held. Regulation going to find the places that are lacking in support. We all have them. So in this immersive waters, just imagine yourself floating, free form. Your boundaries slowly drift away, and all you are is suspended in these plasma-like vibrational quality of love. And in this immersion, regulation is seeking all those places that shrink away from love and helping to shift or alchemize or transform or transmute in preparation for working deeper. Beautiful. For those of you joining late, we've already grounded and anchored you, but breathe deep down into your grounding cord, and as earth, breathe up into you. And here in the healing pool, we're dissolving in these plasma-like waters. Pure grace, pure love. Allowing this love to support us. Like a mother holding a child. Like pillars going into all the places that we feel weak. And the second phase is called relaxation and centering. We're going to enhance the vibration of love and bring in the energy of peace. Peace is this form of grace that is all accepting, all loving, all compassion. And it's both illuminating, it's going to those places that don't feel loved, aren't at peace, with some extra reinforcement through the form of nurturing, through the form of reinforcement. And especially those places that feel unsafe or unprotected. And we all know where they are, right? In the heart chakra, somewhere in the throat. And there's some in the back of the heart for some of you. And the back of the heart just indicates to me that these are places that you're blind to, that you don't even know are there. To feel them and sense them. To me, those are the blind spots of our ancestral and karmic histories that we're unconscious of, but they're still there. Pinging anytime we feel triggered or lost or stuck, hurt. And so now we're still in this fluid-like atmosphere. But love is pouring more into those raw, vulnerable places and bringing in the nurturing that we all need, that we all seek. So you can feel safe and protected, illuminating anything, especially those blind spots, especially those shadow sides, so we can see where it is and we can access where it is that is shrinking back from love, that doesn't feel safe, that feels like it's not protected. So all you're being asked to do is just feel yourself immersed, surrendered, letting go, and allowing the love in, which can be hard when you're in a place of stress and strain, when your nervous system is firing in that fight or flight or freeze, or even just that numbness where we get to the place where all we can really do is walk zombie-like through life, you know? But here, none of that is your reality. What your reality is just to open up and receive and let the energy into those places that feel numb. Let the energy into those places that feel unsupported, that feel frightened. And just allow them the support they need to feel safe and protected. Sometimes love is too much for these places. And so love is coming in like a soft wind, like the colors of a sunrise or sunset. Gentle pastels, soft gold, soft oranges, maybe peaches, gentle reds, shining into those spaces and places that tend to have their shutters. And so the blinds are just creaking open so that this light can flow into those shuttered places to bring in that nurturing, that compassion, or even just a little bit of respite that peace brings. When was the last time you felt so at peace? Like everything in your life was okay. Can we do that for just this hour? I don't know. Let's find out. Your guide that you met in the very beginning is helping to make sure you get the energies you need in the right places. And here in this phase, we've got up to 1,000 different divine ambassadors, emissaries, catering to your every need, surrounding you with the love and the peace that is nurturing, is compassionate, understanding, filled with vital vibrance. And so there's nothing to do but relax, open up, and receive. And we're surrendered into the immersive energies, helping to relax and center the nervous system, parts of our brain, any tension in our muscles. Just notice your breathing. You're breathing shallow. See if you can lengthen out your breath, bringing in that extra prana, a little bit more deeper into your lungs. It's here in this hour of gathering that we can set aside our worries and just feel cared for, feel nurtured, feel loved, feel safe, feel protected. And as you start to relax, places and spaces, within you that tend to tighten or feel restrictive or constrictive, starting to loosen as we illuminate other areas that are tight and tense, so that this energy of love can pour forth. The metaphor we've been using is that of water, like you're suspended in a pool of water, free floating, and you're immersed in it, like you're in the ocean. And think of like your life as the waves of the ocean. Sometimes they're stormy, right? But what we're going to do is sink down deeper, because no matter what is happening on the surface of the ocean, if you go down just a few feet, water is still calm. So that's the invitation. And your body has a high percentage of water. So we're inviting the vibrations into the fluid parts of your energy anatomy to feel that depth of calmness, to center in it. Grounded in the here and now, anchored, rooted. When these vibrations, your guide, all the helpers we're surrounded by are seeking out the places and spaces that tend to shrink back from this calmness, offering them energetic support, energetic nurturing in the form of love and peace that you're most willing to receive and accept right now. And now as we enter energetics phase, bringing in vibrational help. The first thing we're going to do is to do some deep nerve nurturing. What it's going to do is bring in energies to those places in your nervous center a little frayed because of maybe events in your life, events in the world. So just imagine energies pulsating through any part of your nervous system, anywhere there are nerves that are taut, tense, frayed. The deepest part of your system, just beautiful, nurturing energy wherever it's most needed. For a lot of you, it's going to the central nervous system. deep nerve nurturing, really bringing in that form of relaxation and peace. Really targeting troubled areas, really targeting deeply into stress and strain that has carried an impact on your physiology. Beautiful. I can really feel your system settling down now. Goodness gracious, we've all been through it. I understand. Your guides want you to know we're all here. We're all here in support. Spending just a few extra moments. Okay, wow. The system really feels relaxed now. So we're going to come in and clear the astral to the seventh dimension. Clearing the astral. Astral is the events that tend to build up in your system. The astral plane has a tendency to build up negativity or negative memory that imprints. So we're clearing the astral, all that built up negativity. And clearing the astral is like brushing your teeth and keeping them clean, clearing out any bits of debris that's built up in consciousness, negativity that can weight us down. Spending time on social media can bring in a lot of negativity, especially when we're reading current events or things that have a lot of chaotic nature. clearing the astral can help you sleep better. So I hope you get a good night's sleep tonight. Excuse me. And then we're going to clear something called thought-like entities and the emotional buildup that support them. And thought-like entities are just thoughts that feel like they're alive in your consciousness. You know, we all have them that we ruminate on, or things that come up and haunt us. And so they're just patterns of negativity that have repeated so much that they feel like they are alive. And so we're just going to clear thought-like entities and any baggage, any emotional baggage that supports them, that's left over. These thought-like entities can be the voices in our head that are very self-critical. That's why we give them the term entities, because they feel like they're haunting us. But it's really just repetitive patterns that have become habitual in your consciousness, kind of like a broken record. And clearing them gives us a little peace of mind. Beautiful. Each time we clear these different layers, a lot more peace is entering into your system. So now we're going to rebalance the nervous system. Nervous system can get out of whack, stressed, strained by so many different elements. So we're just going to take a moment to reset and rebalance. So we'll have more centeredness, more calmness to be able to handle the daily stresses. We all know when we're centered and calm, flowing. The day-to-day stresses are much easier to handle, but they build up, right? Deep work going on here. Central nervous system has different components. Your guide is making sure the energy is working in the exact place it's needed for you. It's mostly the central nervous system, but we're just rebalancing, resetting the nervous system. Now we're going to rebalance the body pathways. Body pathways are what takes energy to the different organs and different systems. Imagine if some of them are damaged or blocked for some reason, and energy isn't getting to where it needs to go. If your system were properly working in balance, you'd be able to navigate any situation. So just rebalancing the body pathways, bringing in structures to open up any damaged pathways. And now we're going to just reset your background consciousness to an optimal state. For a lot of us, our background consciousness was chaos, right? just dealing day to day with whatever fire needs to be put out, whatever emotion or mental burden needs to be handled. We're going to reset that background consciousness to one of optimal state, which is more harmonious and peaceful. Some of your systems are resisting. When I hit that resistance, I could tell adrenaline is like a drug. It can be very addictive. So let's go into that body chemistry and rebalance the body chemistry. There we go. Have a more optimal, harmonious functionality. It's like if your physiology is addicted to high states of adrenaline or cortisol, it says, hey, bring that back. And now we're going to go back to resetting that background state of consciousness to an optimal state. And then we're going to come back to any place within you that doesn't feel safe and bring in that nurturing energy again. whenever it's most needed. And gently transition to integration, integrating all the shifts and changes we just did, rebalancing, resetting, bringing in a states of calmness in the pathways, in the brain, in the nervous system, integrating in all space and time, all realities, all dimensions, interdimensionally, all realms, all fields, physicalizing it and catching it up, especially in the brain consciousness, and the nervous system, and the gestalt of the personality. And it's in this integration where some of the biggest movements can happen as the body catches up to the changes we just did. If you consider yourself a puzzle piece and we're all dimensionally put together, and we just changed the shape or shifted and took out this puzzle piece or replaced it with that. And so now integration is like putting all the puzzle pieces back together again in the way that they fit. Now bringing in some therapeutic energy, acting like a dimensional therapist to bring in clarity, bring in any revelation, insight. And you may have something immediate come to mind, or it just might be something that shifts gradually over the next couple of days. Working to the level of genetics. And finally coming into reorientation. We're going to bring in the blueprint where you already exist in a state of place that is stress-free. You work through all the issues that relate to what brings stress into your life. You've transformed them all. You've gained all the wisdom from that transformation. These are like overlays, blueprints, dimensional overlay to help your system as a template. And it just feels like peace, this embodied form of peace. Peace at its core is equanimity, where you are like this strong, sturdy oak, or those redwoods in the Pacific Northwest that have just such deep roots and grow so very, very tall, able to weather any storm. This embodied peace is who you are at your core. So we're going to bring in template for that where you already exist and create upper dimensional blueprints to reinforce this template. And come into the center portal, this multidimensional portal with your feet at your core of the earth, your crown, in the center of the galaxy, in your spine, merged with all your timelines. I'm going to bring in this blueprint, this presence, this vibrational coherence of embodied peace. And allow it to flow in, around, and through you like water droplets or mist or snowflakes or these white flowers flowing into every cell, every atom, every space in the atoms, into the quarks of your dimensionality, and filling up your physicality from your feet to your knees, to your thighs, to your hips, your midsection, all your chakras, into your heart, shoulders, throat, brow, crown, and flowing up and around and out of you into this toric field, this interface of energies that interfaces the entire world. And it's just flowing into all creation, this vibrational energy of embodied peace, where you're living, walking, talking peace, grounded, firm, centered, strong. This embodied peace is flowing out to your homes and workplaces, your loved ones, dropping seeds into anyone feeling stress, and flowing out to all of creation, into all human hearts, all birds, bees, insects, and animals, into the rivers, lakes, and streams, the mountains, flowing with the winds, up into the atmosphere, to the center of the earth, into the oceans. Just this flowing coherence of embodied peace. Bring in love to reinforce it, to amplify it, to strengthen it. And getting an extra sprinkling from the angel Jophiel, sprinkling of seeds of peace that are flowing into any part of you that still has this stress vibration that can spark up. And these seeds of peace are like glowing crystals, little sparks, little flames into those dark places, so that when you strive to work on them, you already have these seeds there, and all they need is water and light and sunlight to grow more peace. Wish we had more time together. We're ending with a Sanskrit mantra, which is like a prayer. And its meaning in Sanskrit is lead me from truth, untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. It is a prayer for peace, peace, peace. Om Asatoma Sakamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Tramgamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Kubhyo Namaha. Ariyo. Peace, peace, peace. May peace continue to flow to create more peace within and without, and above, so below. Peace. Taking a couple of deep breaths, bringing you back to the here and now. It is done, it is complete, and so it is. Feel free to stay in this place of peace, in this flowing energy of embodied peace, centered, grounded, anchored for as long as you feel guided. 5, 10 minutes, even a half an hour if you can. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to use this recording anytime that stress arises in your life to find your way back to peace. Namaste, Satnam.